What up? This is the week y'all been waiting for, the final podcast of the year,
That's
week
right.
14.
Playoffs. The playoffs.
Playoffs.
The playoff podcast.
Week 14, the one everybody's looking for to see who's going to run the table, win the gauntlet.
That's right. Playoffs have started, baby. It's that time of year. It's do or die.
Yes, it is.
Win or go home.
I died.
You gone.
A lot of teams died. This year, just noticing, going over the seeds with Kyle, there's a lot of close teams, a lot of close matchups. If you look at the schedule, there's not a lot of teams favored by big margins. A lot of parity in this league. A lot of teams beat up. A lot of teams patchworking teams. It's gonna be a different year, I think, this year than it normally has been. Normally, the best team doesn't always win. But this year, I think it's wide open, man.
Yeah, some of the teams with the best players still win, and there's really not a lot of just mega studs we talked about in the podcast previously, where one guy's carrying a team. It ain't happening. You need a team.
Yeah.
You need a team this year. So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. Remember, set your lineups, set your backup players. There's not going to be any kind of feeling sorry for you when you don't do what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Ball's in your court. You're the general manager. Make sure you run your team appropriately.
Just want to also let you know that the playoff tiebreaker, so let's say me and this guy play in the playoffs, reiterate real quick. If we score the same amount of points, the highest seed advances to the next round. That's your benefit for having a good team all year and where you fell in place. Whoever's the highest seed, if there is a points tie, will advance to the next round.
Yeah. Don't foresee it, but that's just a fail-safe in case it does happen.
And if you're not in the playoffs, don't drop anybody.
Yeah, don't make any drops. Thank you.
And if you see someone that's not in the playoffs drop someone, don't pick them up.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. So everybody that doesn't know, last night there was a team that dropped all their players, which is not acceptable in this league. Of course, you don't want to try to deter any outcomes to any other games by dropping all your players. But good thing I was awake and caught it and got it adjusted and fixed. So it didn't affect anybody.
Bum.
Yeah.
So, that being said, let's get into the matchups. I think the first matchup of the week is one of the most interesting.
This is
Lacey Dub lost his perfect season bid.
Who do you lose it to?
6-1-6-5.
Who does he play this week?
6-1-6-5.
So this guy's going to lose twice in the same year to the same guy, back-to-back weeks?
Goodness gracious. This is amazing, man. This matchup here is one that I would not look forward to if I was Lacey Dub, knowing that I had a 12-0 season going, looking at the perfect season, and lost to 6-1-6-5.
And this guy just kicked your ass.
Yeah.
Bad. I mean, it wasn't even in a game. And
you got to turn around and play him
you got to
again.
turn around and play him now in a one-and-done shootout. It's not the matchup I'd be looking for.
Some people, when they get beat up, they want to dust themselves off and get up and try to fight this guy again and just kick their ass. I don't think that's Chad. I think he's going to run with his tail between his legs and go out. I'm going with 6-1-6-5.
I'm going with big leagues. 165.
Man, I just can't see. I was going to pick 6-1-6-5, but I just don't believe that after the season Chad's had that he can lose 2 in a row to the same guy.
I do.
I just don't see it happening. Not this week. So I'm going to go with Lacey up to advance and win his first playoff game ever in this league, and look forward to seeing that game for sure.
I think for those of you in the league know me and my picks over the years and so forth, that I've never wanted to see 6-1-6-5 show win a game so bad as I wanted to win this week.
Man, oh man. Wow.
I want you to put it to Lacey Dub. This is gonna be great. You just don't start 12-0 and just think you're gonna run roughshod.
That's just it'd be bad for a guy to lose his perfect season and his playoff game to the same guy in the same year.
That'd be great.
I'd beat everybody else but the same guy. That'd be pretty harsh.
I'd love it. It would be harsh, and I'd love
It
it.
took 12 weeks for Chad to play someone to put up some points.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to happen again.
We'll see. It is hard to put up big points back to back in this league, so we'll see how that goes. Do you believe in Magic versus Serving of Irving?
I'm going Magic.
Of course, we're going to go with the Magic. I don't like this matchup. I hate playing against Cincinnati's quarterback.
Dalton.
Andy Dalton. I don't like playing Andy Dalton. I don't like playing AJ Green. Good thing they're playing a match against the Steelers. I think that I have enough firepower to get this victory. I'm a little nervous about this game. Usually when I'm a high seed, my first team always gets beat. So, of course, I'm picking the Magic. I'm not comfortable with this game.
I'm going Magic in this matchup. I think he can be Serving of Irving and move on to the next spot. Good record on the season, 11-2. So I think you got the better team. No matter what the other players put up on serving of Irving, the Red Rifle or Green. I mean, they're not something I'd be too concerned about with the team that you have. Army of One versus Mile High Club.
Another game that I think is going to be really, really close game, man. These games, I tell you what, hats off to Army of One. Did a heck of a job managing this team this year. Mile High Club did a heck of a job getting in the playoffs. Came down to tiebreaker. This is going to be another close matchup. There's got to be some upset. I picked the 1 and 2 seeds so far. I'm going to pick Mile High Club to beat Army of One.
Well, Army of One scored like 260 last week.
Right.
It's hard to do that back to back. I'm
Right.
going Mile High.
I'm gonna go with Army of One.
His team's solid, man.
You got a solid team. Wayne, like me, both had 2 teams. He got one of them in. I hate to see him go in the first round, but I think Army of One's gonna pull this victory out. Wayne, I hope you got that T-shirt made for next year's draft. Disclaimer. D's Nuts versus
Nuts.
Evolution.
And number 4 seed, D's Nuts, the winner of the NFC conference. Congratulations.
Yeah, by default, because nobody else wanted to
At
win.
8-5, yeah, that conference I was in it. Evolution, in my opinion, is the weakest team in this playoff, to be quite frank with you. Losing Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck really decimated my team. I don't know. I don't see a way for me to get this win. I'm going with D's Nuts.
I'm going with D's Nuts too. Evolution had a rough year.
Evolution
They made
has
playoffs.
had-
Made the playoffs.
has had a rough year. If they can squeak by this round and make it to the next round, they may cause trouble for some team. I'm going to go with these Nuts.
If they win this week, they might face you.
Just for this week, but if they can get lucky, we'll see what happens.
I'm going with Johnny Manziel. That's all I can tell you.
Ooh, Johnny Football.
Foz versus Bend It Like Beckham.
I tell you what, in my opinion, Foz has one of the best teams in this playoff.
I agree.
This is the second worst draw, in my opinion, to have in this playoff run. Foz could have very easily been a top 3 seed. Ben like Beckham, it's all Eli Manning and Beckham and Devontae Freeman. You don't get enough. If you can't get enough from them guys, you're gonna get beat bad. So I'm going with Foz.
Yeah, Freeman's fell off he got hurt and hadn't done anything since. I'm going with Foz.
Yeah.
Foz, Big Ben.
I'm going Foz too in this matchup. I think we'll pull that victory out. P&L versus GOAT.
This is an interesting matchup too. This is the time of year where the champs rise to the occasion. I'm gonna go with P&L.
P&L.
You can't go against it.
I'm going P&L. I mean, it's just history. History on
This
its
is
side,
time.
man.
It's just
I
time
mean,
to show up and take them down.
interesting matchup. Another one for the week. Paint Inc. versus Hardcore.
It's funny. Goat and Hardcore are the same guy, and they got the 10 and 11 seed, which is a good draw in this playoffs. Good chance not to play each other. Themselves. Paint Inc. I was thinking you wasn't going to make it. Your team stepped up, but I think Hardcore's team's going to be better than yours this week since you had such a good game last week. I'm going to go with Hardcore.
Yeah, I went against Hardcore in the last matchup. Going with him in this one.
I'm going to go with Paint Inc. It might be his year to make a little run. Hopefully he'll have his best year in the playoffs that he's had in this league, and we'll see how it shakes down. I'm going to go with Paint Inc.
You think if he won it all this year, he'd break even?
No.
Yeah, he'd be way more. He'd still be up. He'd be way up.
I think he'd still be way up.
Way up.
And last matchup of the week, the Horsemen versus You Can Look My Balls.
I can tell you what, on this matchup, You Can Look My Balls made the playoffs by tiebreaker. I mean, he barely even made it in, and then because of the amount of points he scored, his seed just jumped because there were so many 7 and 6 teams. So he went all the way up to a 9 seed, playing Horsemeat at an 8 seed. This is a good matchup. I think that Horsemeat will manage his team better this week than he has it in the past 3 or 4 weeks. Maybe get some running backs, tight ends, set a backup list, and have enough to knock out. That he can offset Mariota, and that was Luck's cash cow last week. I think that Horsemeat gets the win and advances.
You still starting Sean Drone?
No, I haven't started him for a few weeks.
I'd start Sean Drone.
Who you starting running backs?
Isaiah Crowell and
He won't start him them this week.
somebody else. I can't remember.
I'll go with you like my
CJ
balls.
Spiller.
No, not CJ Spiller. It's somebody actually decent.
Joseph Randall.
No,
Oh.
he does. He's not on the team. He's
Oh.
not anymore. You Can Look My Balls. Talked to him today. He says he's probably not going to start Mariota, which I can offset. He's probably going to start Winston, which I can offset that too. But I told him I don't really care who's going to start. I'm going to start the players that I start. So I do have. I don't know if I'm going to start Winston, Mariota, Cutler. I am starting Cam, the Glam Cam.
That's
He's
one
going to be my
guy.
guy.
I'll be
He's going to
starting
keep
is
it
Jay
going.
Cutler. I hate that guy.
So we'll see how it goes. I might pick a running back up this week. I might not. I may roll what I like what I got. I like my players. I like sticking with
Shut up.
I like sticking with my running backs. I'm just waiting for the play when they blow up, and they're going to put me through. And I think this is the week. They're only going to do it when I need them, and I think I need him this week. And I think he'll do it. So I'm going Horace me.
Watch out for Luck My Ball. You can Luck My Balls because if he pulls this out next week, he gets Luck back. Maybe potentially and cause some major trouble for somebody. The last 3 or 4 weeks, he scored a lot of points to rally himself in the playoffs. So the teams to end this podcast, the teams I'm looking at as a Final Four. I think that Foz will be there somehow, some way. I mean, it won't be a stretch, but he'll find a way to get there.
He's got a solid team.
Solid team.
Everything.
Solid everything. He's deep. So even if you got people sitting out, I think he'll be there. I'm also looking at, of course, P&L. P&L always figures out a way to get there. He's solid, pretty deep. Makes good lineup choices normally, like setting Breeze last week, which I was like, wow, you set Breeze, and then Broder's put up 48-some points. So I think he'll be there. If the Magic can seem to get past Serbian of Irving, which I'm not comfortable with, I think I can be there in the Final Four in some way, in some shape or form. And with the right management, I think Horsemeat will beat Luck. But if he does not manage well, then I think Luck will be in the Final Four.
My Super Bowl prediction is going to be Magic versus Horsemeat. Horsemeat winning it all.
I got Foz winning it all. I
There it
think
is.
they're the best team in it. So.
It's playoffs, baby. Happy holidays to you and yours. Hope you had a good, fun time this season. For those of you that are out of it, you're probably not watching it. For those of you who are still in, keep going. Do your best. Get your lineups in. It's all over. It's playoff time. It's one and done. Win or go home. We're out of here.
Got him!
Good luck.